Michael Jordan, Walt Disney, Abraham Lincoln. What do these three men have in common? Now, right now, I'm sure most of you are thinking success, vision, fame, leadership, something else along those lines. While you would be correct, what they really have in common is a history of failure. Nowadays, that is viewed as a negative, but that is only because our society conflates defeat with failure, wrongly so. Failure is a lack of success, while defeat is taking a loss. Many people think that they are interchangeable, and I argue that they're vastly different words, as you can fail many times over and over, but you're never defeated till you give up and quit. Now, Michael Jordan, arguably the greatest basketball player of all time, was cut from his high school varsity basketball team. Now, most teenagers would have felt the sting of that embarrassment, found something else to do, and just moved on. He didn't take that blow to his ego. He accepted a position on the JV squad and spent the next year honing his skills. Okay, every day before school, he would practice the basics, work on the fundamentals to improve his skills, and the next year he made varsity, took his team to the state championship, which they lost, but he made it. And he said, failure makes me work even harder. His first year at UNC, he joined a great team and made them phenomenal as he sank the game winner, giving them their first national championship in 25 years. Later went on to win 6 NBA championships. One of his best quotes, perhaps, is, "I have missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I have lost almost 300 games. On 26 occasions, I have been entrusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. And I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." Now, Disney is one of the largest and richest corporations on the planet. It wasn't always like that, though. Once upon a time, Walt Disney had a unique idea for a theme park. Okay, they weren't too common back then, but any that did exist worked kind of like a state fair does. You walk in and you pay a price for every single ride or attraction you go to. Okay? And his idea was, I'm going to go ahead and have you pay at the gate, and then you can do as much as you want once you're in. Not only that, but people are going to travel all over the world to come here. Back then, it was more regional parks where people would just, go very short distances. There was just one problem with this. He didn't have the funds for it. Okay, so he needed to convince bankers to loan him the money, and they turned him down, thinking that that idea was ridiculous and would never work. Okay, average person would probably give up after 1, maybe 2 banks, right, and just stop and just say, all right, it is ridiculous, I'm out. Few people would have gone past 10. There's a lot of motivated and driven people in this room, but I doubt any of us would have gone past 50. He refused to give up on his dream, though. Bank of America finally said yes to him after 302 banks had rejected him. If that isn't the definition of persistence, I don't know what is. We all know Abraham Lincoln as the man that fought to keep our nation together and abolish slavery. Had he been afraid of failure, our nation's history would probably have been very, very different. Now, I didn't serve in the military, but I'd imagine Lincoln's brief stint in the military could not be viewed as a success. During the Black Hawk War, he responded to the Illinois governor's call for a volunteer militia. April of 1832, he was sworn in as a company commander with the rank of captain. Now, by June 1832, he was out of the military as a private. From there, he had several businesses that failed. He declared bankruptcy twice. He did serve in the Illinois state legislature and the House of Representatives before becoming president, but he also lost 26 political campaigns along the way. Now, failure presents you with 3 options. 1, wither away, face defeat. After sustained losses, you give up all hope and you quit. You simply walk away. 2, learn nothing, remain stagnant. Be like Sisyphus from Greek mythology, doomed to push a boulder up a mountain every day for all of eternity, as you repeat the same mistakes and keep running into the same failures. 3, evolve. Dissect your failure, study it, learn from it, correct your mistakes, grow, keep at it till you find a way to succeed. They say failure is part of the process. I say it is the process. In my professional life, I'm good at what I do, not because I'm the best there is at what I do. It's because I've figured out 1,000 ways along the way how not to do it. And then along the way, finding the most effective, most efficient way to do it. Every time I fail, I look for the why and the how so that I can correct that mistake and try again. And keep doing that till I succeed. Even when you're at the top of your game, though, you will still encounter failure consistently. Ty Cobb holds the all-time record for batting average at .366. If you think about it, that he means he failed 6 out of every 10 times he got to the plate. In all my belt tests, I've made serious mistakes. In the beginning, I would ask Grandmaster for a few things to improve, which I'm sure was difficult for him to do. Not the telling me where I went wrong part, but narrowing it down to just 1 or 2 mistakes. My goal became to fix those mistakes and not make them again during the next test, hopefully fixing other errors along the way that he hadn't yet mentioned to me. As they say, a 1,000-mile journey is accomplished 1 step at a time, and I'm sure you've all been told to work on improving yourself just 1% a day, but have you ever really thought about what that means? Due to the power of compounding, little fixes become giant improvements. Over the course of a year, you're 38 times better than you were. 2 years, you're 1,428 times better. Don't fear failure. Fear giving up. There is 1 lesson in success, but 1,000 lessons in failure. Learn them all. Now, in the long run, Sunday's outcome doesn't matter to me because I've already done what most people won't do and drove out here to do this. If I monkey stomp the test, I win. If I don't, then I still win, as I will learn from my mistakes and do better next time. So Sunday morning, I'm just going to say yes to 3 questions. I will have fun, I will learn something new or make something better, and I will do my best.